My name is Rahul Bale. I am a researcher in the Complex Phenomena Unified Simulation Research team. Our team works towards the development of a unified simulation framework for multiphysics applications like combustion, fluid structure interaction, aerodynamics, and airborne disease transmission. I was born in a small city in the prefecture of Karnataka in India, and then I was raised in the city of Bangalore. I did most of my education in Bangalore. I did my schooling, undergraduate, and masters in Bangalore. Then, for my PhD, I moved to the US and spent a few years there. I came to Japan around December of 2013. And one of the main reasons for considering to move to Japan was my wife, who was already here, and she was enjoying the Japanese culture, and she had a lot of praises for the Japanese culture, and she encouraged me to come over here and experience what she had experienced. So I had just finished my PhD, and I was looking for postdoctoral positions at different places in the world, and I felt Japan was perhaps a very different culture than the culture that I was brought up in, and also the culture that I had experienced in US. So I thought it would be an interesting experience to move to Japan and spend some time here. So once I was formally hired at RIKEN, I got both formal as well as informal support from RIKEN. So I got formal support with regards to the whole visa process. They prepared all the necessary documentation from RIKEN and provided them to me. And also before moving here, they were very helpful in looking for apartments and finalizing the apartments and doing the necessary paperwork. And after coming here, I got support from RIKEN for opening a bank account, opening an internet connection or phone connection, so on. Apart from that, during the initial stages, I had to, when I go to the bank, I had to talk in Japanese, or any other activity outside of RIKEN required some Japanese, which was lacking on my front. So I got support from my colleagues on this front. RIKEN in general, and in particular, the team in which I work has been very, very international and multicultural. So our team has hosted researchers from all over the world: North America, Europe, East Asia, South Asia, so on. So I've worked with people from all over the world, as a consequence of which we've had English as our main language of communication within our team. And I've also noticed that other research teams within RIKEN also have a lot of foreign researchers, and usually the communication takes place in English. And RIKEN in general is very English friendly for outsiders. I definitely encourage you to look for a opportunity to work in RIKEN. RIKEN is one of the best research institutes, not only in Japan but across the world. RIKEN hosts some of the best researchers in the world, and RIKEN also provides world-class research facilities and resources. So I definitely do encourage you to consider applying for a position in RIKEN. So everyday life in Japan is very comfortable. In general, everybody is very polite. Getting around in Japan is very convenient because the public transportation system is very good. I live very close to my workplace, so even within that short distance, we have a good public transportation system. Sometimes I come to the office by train. Sometimes I come to the office by bicycle. Apart from that, on a personal note, I have two small children, and my wife works, so we need to send them to daycare. So RIKEN also provides support for daycare facility. So RIKEN is, I think many of the RIKEN centers are associated with daycare facilities. So if you want to enroll your children to this particular daycare facility, RIKEN supports you. And because these facilities are very close to where the office is, it is very convenient to drop off and pick up children, and which makes life much more convenient and easy. Apart from this, there are many cultural events held by the local city government throughout the year. There are traditional Japanese cultural events. There are international cultural events. For example, in Kobe, There are festivals related to Japanese culture, but there are also festivals related to, for example, India. There is something called as India Mela, which is held every year. I, being an Indian, definitely do enjoy going to that particular festival. So there are many events like this, which makes life on weekends very enjoyable. First and foremost, I would encourage you to have an open mind to experience a culture that may be very different from the one that you have been brought up in or you have experienced. Secondly, I encourage you to learn some basic Japanese so that your life outside of RIKEN is comfortable. Of course, within RIKEN, most people can communicate with you in English, but outside, when you're on all by yourself, it would be good to know some Japanese to get around. So, apart from that, on a lighter note, um, be prepared to live in smaller apartments. If you're coming from North America, be prepared to segregate trash. You need to segregate trash into burnable, non-burnable, plastic, bottles, so on. I would definitely encourage you to apply to RIKEN. RIKEN offers some of the best research facilities in the world, some of the best research resources. You will also get the opportunity to work with some of the best researchers in the world, so you can contribute to science and also help improve your own career.